know that you are in the perfect place just where you need to be now and throughout all this time. Amen.
Amen. Mahalo nui. Thank you so much, Pula Lehua. And welcome, Melissa. Aloha. We're just about to begin. So it seems like I have met many of you, maybe not all, but I just wanted to do a brief introduction. I started dancing hula when I was about 8 years old, and my kumu was Pulu'elo Park. And I grew up in Kailua on the island of Oahu, and I was raised up in St. Anthony's Parish, right in Kailua. My hula teacher was also a lay minister, I believe. So she would, she was just very active in the church. And so from when I was really young, we would dance the Lord's Prayer, we would dance the Queen's Prayer in church, we would dance for a peaceful world in church. And so I pretty much was raised up with the idea that dancing is a form of devotion. And so I think that to be included in your Easter ceremony is, it just touches my heart because it connects me back to my childhood with my kumu and my mom. So I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Kumu Malia. You can call me Malia. And thank you, Pula Lehua. I love dancing hula, and that's not always been the case. There were many years where I struggled with hula. And so I believe that that experience has really brought me to a place of compassion where my number one goal is for everybody to connect with the song, to connect with nature, to connect with the story that we are sharing. And as part of that, I want you to feel very comfortable to just enjoy the dance in the way that matches you best. If you would like to sit for the duration of the class, you're completely welcome to just do the hand motions. If at any point you just want to let your hands go still and focus on the steps, that is also completely welcome. I just want everybody to feel in some way connected to the song. Whether you record yourself to be part of Easter or you just dance as part of the live service, I'm just so pleased that I get to be a part of that all. So let us actually begin. Let's see. Typically we begin with steps, but I would actually like to begin with the song itself. And I believe that Pula Lehua has already emailed and posted in many different places the lyrics. So I'm just going to share my screen so that we have, let's see, yes, so that we have the same image right in front of us all. Let me share that as a single page. And so right away we see that this song is in English. It's beautiful poetry. I think that it's elegant in that in just a few verses, the composers, Hector Venegas and Peter Moon, are able to really convey so much of what I love about Hawaii. And so just briefly, where I live, there are rainbows. I'm going to highlight the words that are connected most to the motions. Then we have life, laughter, and morning, and starry nights. Again, where I live, there are rainbows, flowers full of colors, and birds filled with song. So I'm highlighting the words that are most connected to our gestures. Then I can smile when it's raining and touch the warmth of the sun. I hear children laughing. We're going to show the children down at the same time that we show laughing. And then in this place that I love, I'm going to highlight the word in, because as we lift our hand from the heart forward and out, in this place that I love is within my heart, sharing to you this place that I love. All right, so let's go ahead and start from the beginning. Where I live, there are rainbows, with life in the laughter of morning and starry nights. Where I live, there are sun. I hear children laughing in this place that I love. From the top, where I live, there are rainbows with life in the laughter of morning and starry nights. Where I live, there are rainbows and flowers full of colors and birds filled with song. I can smile when it's raining and touch the warmth of the sun. I hear children laughing in this place that I love. Where I live, there are rainbows with life and the laughter of morning and starry nights. Beautiful. Okay, so let us come out of the share, and I'm just curious, is there anybody here who is not familiar with the song? Okay. Oh, fantastic. Welcome, Chris. So I grew up here in Kailua on Oahu, and this is a song that I think in my generation was really used extensively for May Day and different events. When I canvassed my keiki dancers, not very many of them had heard the song, but I pretty much grew up with it. Immediately, we know that the song is in English, and so at least being able to understand the lyrics, I think is going to be quite a bit easier than if it was in Hawaiian. Before we go into the gestures, I just want to cover the steps that we're going to use in our hula. So let's shake out arms and legs, and let's stand up. Okay, so I am going to mirror everybody, and so this is going to be stepping to the right, and then this is going to be stepping to the left. Okay, and before we begin that though, let's start with standing. So our feet are side by side, and just taking a deep breath in and exhale. Thank you so much, Pula Lehua. That was a wonderful opening pule. Breathing in and letting go, release, exhale. Beautiful. Now let's start to tip our balance, rolling front and back, and not hula, not yet, but we're just starting to wake up the surfaces of our feet. Good. So we want to practice shifting our balance front and back, and now side to side, catching the edges of your feet. Your hips starting to sway naturally. Good. Now let's circle around all the edges, and you can do this on your own time. Once again, we're just working to smoothly transition our balance from one little surface to the other. Now let's go the other way. And as we circle the hips, maybe notice the ankles, notice your knees. Excellent. Let's shake out the legs. And now let's bend the knees, starting small. So we're just bending a little bit. And now let's bend a little more. So as I bend, I'm really balancing forward on the balls of the feet. I'm letting my heels be soft. Good. 2 more. Good. And shaking out the legs. Let's roll up now onto the balls of the feet. And again, we can start small. We just want to find a balance point on the balls of the feet. Now, as you can, start to roll up and find that balance point. Good. 2 more. And up for a count of 10. Let's balance. Kahi, e lua, e kolu, e ha, e lima, e ono, e hiku, e walu, eva, and umi. Fantastic. Okay, let's plant the ball of the foot and start to circle your ankle. As you circle the ankle, let your knees start to take a wide circle. And then the other way, I just want to make sure we're nice and limber. And shake the other foot, planting the ball of the foot, and start to circle. And then the other way, noticing your knees, noticing the hip, and shake. Okay, one more. Let's bring our fingertips to our knees and just circle the knees together. Good. And the other way. Good. So this should feel very gentle, nice and rounded. And shake. Okay, fantastic. So when we dance, when we practice, I'd like everybody to make a gentle fist here. So the flats of the fist are going to rest right here on the hip. And just try to have a gentle touch. Try not to bear down on those hands. Just a little touch here to start to bring an awareness to the hips. All right, I'm going to focus down on hips and feet. Let's bend the knees and start with ka'o. Sway from side to side. Beautiful. And now let's take 2 steps to the right. Right and right, left and left. So this step is called kaholo. And kaholo literally means the move. It's one of the most common moves. And back to ka'o, that's our sway. To the right and right, left and left. Okay, our next step is hela, pointing the feet, right and left. So let's notice our feet. We're touching down with the ball of the foot and all 5 toes. Good. Now let's do the same step but slowly. Here we go. Right, side by side, left, side by side, right. And then wiki is quickly. So when I say wiki, then lohi is slowly. So let's try wiki. Mana lohi, slowly. Hame ilahaina wiki. Mena pua alona lohi. Kuhame ialoha ia kaholo. Good. Okay, excellent. So now on the right foot, we're going to step front and back. Right and back. Right and side by side. Left and back. Left together. So this step is called kalakaua. And this is named after the last king of Hawaii. Good. So now as we get comfortable with this step, let's do the same thing, but only one time on each side. Right, then left. Right, then left. Good. Now double. Hold me left. Ikaulu okaniu. Now single. Okaniu hila kila. Nape nape mali kaholo. Good. Now we'll do the same thing to the side. Take your right foot and turning. Your left foot is stepping now, front and back. Good. Right foot. And left foot. Now let's do the same thing, but one on each side. Right foot and turn. Left foot and turn. Good. Excellent. So this part here, one step on each side, we're going to use this in our choreography. And kaholo to the right. So this step to the side is simply called O step. The letter O, O step. So let's do doubles. And now going a little slower, let's do single steps. One and turn, one and turn. Now as I'm turning, I'm keeping my feet very close to the floor. You can even skim your toe as we turn. If that helps you to feel more stable, then that's fine. Otherwise, step and lift, step and lift. Let's come out of this into kaholo. Okay, good, kaholo. So let's do O step double. Single. Excellent. Okay, so now this step, kaholo, I mentioned is one of the most basic steps. And we're going to just simply change direction. We're going to go forward and back. So let's try on the right. Forward and back. Forward and back. Now we're going to change the back just a little bit. Okay, so it'll look like this. Right and right, step back very confidently. Left, right, left. Kaholo. And again, forward and back. Kaholo to the front. Left, right, left. Kaholo to the right. Left, right, left. Okay, very good. When we get to that part of the choreography, we'll break that down just a little bit more. Let's slow down. So we're going to have an optional turn, and just do this turn if it feels comfortable to you. You can always continue here with kaholo. It's the same timing. All right, so when we turn, let's talk it through. Our first step, we're going to count out 4 steps. 1, we're taking our foot to the back, and what that does is it brings our knee back as well. So 1, 2 is coming all the way around so that we can open on 3, and 4 is a tap. So I say back, around, open, and tap. And there's always a kaholo in between. So let's try slowly. Stay front. All right. So now I'm going to turn to the back. So continue following right and right, left and left. Okay, let's do our turn again. Huli. Back, around, open and tap. Back, around, open and tap. Kaholo. Good, and huli. One more. All right, fantastic. Everybody grab a sip of water if you like. And let's come to sitting. All right. I hope everybody feels nice and warm. Okay. So we have, like I said, a few different options for dancing the song. What I'd like to do is start with seated. That way we can really connect the lyrics and the imagery to our hand motions. And then that is just perfectly wonderful to be able to dance seated. And then after we finish that, we'll stand up, we'll add different steps. But I'd like to start with what most everybody can join us, and that's going to be seated. All right, so just going to turn this just a touch. All right, so we begin with Where I Live. And the motion that we're going to use, I call kaulana. So we're going to take both arms to the left. Okay, so I'm mirroring, yep, left side. As we turn the hands in, your right hand is going to come across. And then let's do the same thing. Palms are facing out. We turn both hands in. Now the left hand is going to sweep. And so this is what I mean by kaulana. We often say that a place is famous for something. Like Kailua is famous for its wonderful beaches and wonderful breeze. Nu'uanu is famous for its rain and wind through the pali. We have, let's see, so many places that are famous for something. And so that's why I chose this motion for Where I Live. Where I live, Hawaii is super famous for its rainbows. Now for rainbow, we're gonna let both arms drop down, but your right hand is gonna continue with this beautiful rainbow. Now, because I'm sitting right near the front edge of the chair. And so you might wanna just scoot forward a little bit. And I should have started with this. When we're sitting near the front of the chair, then we have a little bit more mobility. So just make sure we can tip forward and maybe a little bit tipping from side to side. Good, excellent. Okay, so when we do rainbow, I take my left hand and I'm gonna actually hold pretty firmly on this chair so that as the rainbow comes around, I'm actually pushing off my left hand and I'm using that to help ground me so that my right hand can do its widest sweep. Now, we can also bring your right foot forward so that we're counterbalanced, left hand on your stool or chair, right foot pointed. Okay, so now let's bring both hands up from the beginning. Where I live, the right hand forms the rainbow. There are rainbows. Let the arms come all the way down. Next, we have life, laughter, and mourning. Okay. So with life, we're going to form a triangle. And this motion for life comes from one of the most ancient chants that I know. And specifically, this motion here says, life is guarded within. And so I use this motion to show that life energy and force that is rising. Now, because the next motion is laughter, let's catch the laughter and lift it up. Good. With life in the laughter. So I'm really pushing up that laughter, chin up, big smile. And then mourning, we cross the arms, palms out, and then palms towards you. Mourning. Again. With life in the laughter of morning. Then finally, starry nights. You're going to reach your left hand as high. And starry nights. Beautiful. Now, typically, a classic star motion is going to have both hands up a little bit higher. This one, we're going to have one arm high and the other hand by the heart. So we're really sparking that heart and everything that we love and that lights us up inside. We're going to show that through our hands. Okay, let's do life, laughter, morning, and starry nights. With life in the laughter of morning and starry nights. Beautiful. So I think everybody's position is going to be a little bit different, but we have Pula Lehua with her sunrise. And then we have that right next to Teresa, who's got the stars. So I love that even within all of the backgrounds, we have morning and we have starry nights. That's so perfect. All right, let's go again from the top, arms to the side. When we lift, we're lifting with the wrists. Both arms are long, palms out, and then we turn. All right, so arms to the side. Where I live, there are rainbows. Beautiful. Life, laughter, and morning. With life in the laughter of morning and starry nights. Beautiful. Next verse. Where I live, same Kaulana motion and then same rainbow. There are rainbows. Next we have flowers. So palms down, we're going to choose and lift, then choose and lift. With flowers full of colors. Beautiful. So remember, I highlighted flowers and then I highlighted the word birds. So birds, we come from shoulders and over. So our wings rise and settle. Then we're going to tip the left, tip the right. Okay, so flowers and birds. With flowers full of colors and birds filled with song. All right, beautiful. That is just wonderful. So I know we're going a little bit fast, but I do want to introduce the song in its entirety, and then we'll start going back and fine tuning. Okay, so we have 2/3 of the song already done. Let's go from the top, arms to the side and lifting. Where I live, there are rainbows, life, laughter, and morning. With life in the laughter of morning, starry nights and starry nights. Where I live, there are rainbows. Next, flowers and birds, and flowers full of colors, and birds filled with song. All right, fantastic. So before we move on, I'm just gonna do one detail. So let's all just tap wrists together. So we want to just get a sense that the wrist is leading the movement and your fingers follow behind. So let's lift the wrists and then let the wrists fall down. Wrists are leading, fingers follow behind. Okay, let's start to move those a little wider. Good. Lift and settle down. Excuse me. So the wrists are leading, the fingers follow behind. Good. So now let's stop here on the horizon. Okay, the left wrist is going down while the right wrist is lifting up. And then we're going to switch. Good. So this can be a little bit of homework. It's really great for your brain. I'm sure Pula Lehua could vouch for that. Just doing something opposite and repeating it on both sides. We're linking the hemispheres of our brain. And shake out the arms. Give your arms a brisk rub. Beautiful. Okay, so we have the course left to go. Let's go ahead and finish. So hands are on the left side of your face. Notice how the left elbow is high. I can smile when it's raining. Good. So if we think about this diagonal line, right? Top right, bottom left, we're coming from a smile on the left side. We're going to reach up to the right and let that rain come down to the left. I can smile when it's raining. Good. Now, your right hand is on top as we're coming down. So we're going to sweep. I'm not actually touching my skin, but if I did, it would look like this. So just trail your fingers up, good. And then let's just do the motion above. So we just draw the right hand up, then the left hand up, and touch the warmth of the sun. The sun is simply palms down, swing them wide, drop the thumb so we have a round shape. Good. So I can smile when it's raining and touch the warmth of the sun. Okay, hands to your left cheek. I can smile when it's raining and touch the warmth of the sun. Now I hear children laughing. So your left hand is going behind your left ear. Sweep your right hand across. I hear children laughing. We're at the same time going to show the smile, or we should smile because we're showing laughter. And then show the children. So just two places. Place, place. I hear children laughing in this place that I love. And so when we were just talking about our song, that is that in this place, it's even within my heart. Lift, share forward, and then open. Beautiful, beautiful. So again, right hand, lift that love from the heart. See if you can get your palm a little bit flat. So I'll show you from the side. Okay. So in this place, lift and open. Then the palms turn down, that I love. Back to smile on the left. I can smile when it's raining and touch the warmth of the sun. I hear children laughing in this place that I love. Once more, lifting from the heart. In this place that I love. And then just open the hands and down. Oh, fantastic. It's so beautiful. The stars are coming out. There's a cool breeze coming in through the window. And I feel so at peace. I hope that you're feeling a similar sense of just peace and connection to nature. Let's go back to the beginning. And now I'm going to start weaving in just a couple more pointers. But before I do that, let's do it in its entirety. So make sure you've got a comfortable seat. Okay, I have my right foot is extended out, and remembering that I can use my left hand as a very firm support. Okay, and we're going to lift both arms, palms to the left. Where I live, there are rainbows, life, laughter, and morning, with life in the laughter of morning, and starry nights. Where I live, there are rainbows. Next are flowers and birds, with flowers full of colors and birds filled with song. Then smile when it's raining. I can smile when it's raining and touch the warmth of the sun. I hear children laughing in this place that I love. And then from the heart, open, and palms float down. Fantastic, everybody. That's wonderful. Okay, so you may have noticed as I was dancing, even though I'm sitting down, I'm still moving the body. And in hula kahiko, in traditional hula, we have quite a few songs that are called hula noho, where we are specifically sitting down on the floor. Now, because we don't have our legs to move us around, it then becomes important that we move our body. So forward and back, angles, corner to corner, circles even. And so now, as we continue to go through the song, see if you can add a little bit more movement of the body. So we begin with Where I Live. I'm going to turn my heart a little bit to the left so that I can lean a little bit forward and back. I'm coming forward. Okay, so that's adding just a little bit more movement to this hula. Fantastic, just simply that. And it's like the hula just sparkled a little bit more. So lifting up, where I live. Now with rainbows, I have my left hand on the chair. I'm going to take my shoulder over and then down and up. There are rainbows. Good. There are rainbows. Life, laughter, and mourning. I'm just tipping forward a little bit to pick up that life, laughter. I'm lifting my heart up, back straight, mourning. And then starry nights, watch the right shoulder drop down. Then the left shoulder is dropping down. So I'm just showing you the shoulders here. Good. And starry night from the top. Where I live. This is nice to have that right foot forward. There are rainbows, life, laughter, and mourning. With life in the laughter of morning and starry nights. Next verse. Where I live. Same thing. There are rainbows. Now with flowers, I'm going to reach down as if there's actually flower down there. I'm going to pick and lift, pick and lift. Fantastic. That looks wonderful. So again, and flowers full of colors. Now for birds, I'm just going to slightly tip to the right. Okay, just slightly. We still want to bring both of our fingers down to this horizon line. And birds filled with song, back on the left and forward. So it's maybe a little bit hard to see, but if I'm square to you now, I'm going to tip my wings back to the left corner, front right corner. So I've gone from here to here. And as you get more comfortable with the choreography, maybe you can look back and look forward. And birds filled with song. Fantastic. So it might feel a little disorienting at first to change where you're looking. But again, as you get more comfortable, maybe you can add that in. Okay, let's go from the top. Where I live, there are rainbows, life, laughter, and mourning. With life in the laughter of morning and starry nights. Where I live, there are rainbows. Flowers next. With flowers full of colors and birds filled with song. Woohoo! Now we've come back and front. So I just bring my glance, my gaze just a little bit to the left, and then I smile forward again. I can smile. I'm leaning forward so I can just pull that rein back and touch the warmth of the sun. Then I hear, very similar, we track with the hand. I hear children laughing. And if you can, bring that palm towards whatever you're recording with, or even in the live Easter service, bring your heart and share it with the congregation, with one another. In this place that I love. Now for love at this fourth, and crossing arms, let the shoulders lift. That I love. My shoulders are down, down, and embrace. Yes, that's perfect. So the trick with using the shoulders in expression is once you draw them up, be sure that you let them fall. Because if they stay there, it just looks a little tense. So we're coming from in this place that I love. I can draw the elbows, or I'm sorry, the shoulder up and then drop it down. Same thing here. You can even inhale, exhale out. Okay, let's try that. Natural rise of the heart. And again, in. And then love. 1, 2, 3, and whoop. Where I live. The shoulders are back down again. There are rainbows. All right, so now that I feel like we've gone over the song pretty well, I'd like to introduce the music that is so beautifully done by Malia. Um, let's see, I'm going to take a moment to pull up my music, so it's a good time to grab a sip of water if you'd like. Just going to take a moment to share my music. And by sharing my music, I'm sharing Malia's music. Or if you know her as Mary. You might know her as Mary.
So she is my niece. For those of you who are new to haven't been through this before yet, this is my niece who is currently living in Seattle, but she's danced and sung many, many times at our church.
Yeah, that's so wonderful. My name, Malia, is actually from my grandmother, Mary. So my Malia literally is Mary. Okay, so the way she sings it is so heartfelt. I want you to see what we can bring to match that sincerity in her tone, in her beautiful singing, and see if you can just evoke that with your hands. And then I'll do that right together with you.
Where I live, there are rainbows with life in the laughter of morning. And the laughter of morning and starry night.
Fantastic, fantastic. So let's just take a moment. Everybody breathe in and exhale. So just interested in quick impressions. Teresa, any thoughts you'd like to share? Thumbs up. Wonderful. Melissa, likewise. Oh, thumbs up all around. Wonderful. Oh, and we have a heart forward. Oh, so much love. So we do have a bit more time, and I'm so happy that thus far, I think that already we have so many means. We've got absolutely the ability to share the song with great love. I do want to go over how to do it with steps. Okay, so this is going to be moving fairly quickly. I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume that you're going to be able to look at this and rewind it and be able to practice this on your own time. So I'm just going to go through from beginning to end and show you how to add steps. Okay. So we're going to begin with kaholo step. Okay. Nope, that's not going to work. Let's see. My son likes to read really big books. All right, that's much better. Okay. Those are Keeper of the Lost Cities, in case you're wondering. Okay, so we're going to do that same kaulana motion. We're going to add kaholo. Kaholo is 2 steps to the right and 2 steps to the left. So pointing the right foot, lifting up, where I live. Pointing the right foot, both arms go down. The right arm is going to continue to trace that rainbow across the sky, coming all the way back down. Now notice my heart is going to the left so that I can have a full extension, turning the heart back to the front as the arm circles over for rainbow. Where I live, there are rainbows. Now life, laughter, and mourning, we add kaholo for life, laughter, mourning. Again, with life in the laughter of morning. Now let's step our feet, step right, step left, step right, and take it around. And starry nights where I live. Good, same thing, rainbows. There are rainbows. Flowers, once again, we add kaholo. With flowers full of colors. Now here we have something a little different. For birds, we kaholo to the right. Now we're going to step back on the left. And that brings us into a ku, which is standing with our right foot forward. So in some hula, we'll just put the right foot forward. But this one, we're going to step back on the left, which is going to allow the right foot to be forward like we want. But we can have a very elegant bird stepping back on the left, let your left hand go down, and then the right. So if you want to help remember, just match your your left hand and your left foot. So as we show the bird, left hand, left foot go back and down, and then we frame. Now moving on, we have kaholo front. And then as we go back, I'm going to show you my feet because we're going to be turning to the side. Okay, so we have kaholo to the right. Remember when we practiced, we went back left, right, left. Well, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to turn to the left side. Left, right, left. so that the right foot can do a single O step. So remember, when we're warming up, I said we're going to use this one, one step on each side. That's for the warmth of the sun. So again, we come forward. I can smile, turning to the left when it's raining, and touch the warmth of the sun. And then it's all kaholo after that. So let's add hands and feet together. So we're coming forward. I can smile. The rain is going to come down. The right hand is on top. Touch. The warmth is as we're turning, and then sun, 2 counts as we come back to the front. So I realize that's kind of a lot to put together, but let's just go piece by piece. Coming forward. I can smile when it's raining and touch the warmth of the sun. Now we have I hear children laughing. We kaholo to the right, kaholo to the left for laughing. Okay, again. I hear children laughing. Another kaholo lifting from the heart. In this place, and ka'o back to the very first motion or very first step that we did. Sway the hips, that I love. Where I live, from the top, there are rainbows, life, laughter, and morning. With life in the laughter of morning, turning, and starry nights where I live. And then say rainbow, there are rainbows. Then flowers, and flowers full of colors. And birds, back on the left, filled with song, then coming forward. I can smile when it's raining, oh step, and touch the warmth of the sun. I hear children laughing in this place that I love. Let's step back on the left foot and open. Oh, fantastic. So I want to give at least one option, and then we're going to just play the music. I'm going to dance it so that you can always refer back to this recording. The one variation that I want to show is turning. So remember, our huli is back, around, open, and tap, back, around, open, and tap. Now, when we do where I live, we're going to kaholo to the right like normal, but as we go to the left, let your left hand take you around, then both arms are going to go down, sweep with the right. Good. So just think, let your left arm take you around. Beautiful, beautiful. And then the timing is just going to change just a little bit, and I'll show you how. Where I live, here's our turn. Now for there are, we're going to hover, there are rainbows. So the rainbow is going to sweep a little bit. There are rainbows. So it's just a little change in the timing, but with the music and the turn, we have a kaholo, our turn, a little bit of a hover, and then rainbow. It just matches the music in a really special way. So we're going to hover, both arms go down, but it's the right hand that sweeps over. Okay, and then the other 2 times that we have a huli is birds filled with song. So flowers full of colors. We're going to turn with that first bird and then step back on the left and frame. Okay, we have one more huli. So that's going to be on the rain. I can smile when it's raining. The right hand is on top. Touch the warmth of the sun. So I would say with these 4 huli that we're adding, just feel it out. See if that feels comfortable to you. The timing is exactly the same if you want to just kaholo straightforward. But in case you just want to get that little bit of extra movement, I'm going to go ahead and finish tonight by dancing together with that turn. So at least that's an option for you. Okay, well, I just wanted, before we do our final dance, just express all my gratitude for you, Pula Lehua, and to all of your congregation, to my hula sisters. I think this is such an uplifting and a heartwarming just dance and hula and service to be a part of. So thank you so, so very much. Mwah. And of course to, to Malia for this beautiful, beautiful song. All right, so let us begin. And we'll just dance all the way through to the end. For the end, speaking of the end, so she does Starry, Starry. We're going to show the night and then just drop down into one more kind of all encompassing heaven and earth all together, palms down. So we're coming around Starry, Starry, Starry night. Palms are up and they're going to turn palms down. Okay, so just going to fix this so that we can have a good recording for the end. There you go, a little bit of mirror in the back. Okay. All right, everybody, mahalo nui. So much aloha to you all. Here's our last hula for the evening.
Where I live, there are rainbows with life in the laughter of morning and starry nights. Where I live, there are rainbows and flowers full of colors and birds filled with song. I can smile when it's raining and touch the warmth of the sun. I hear children laughing in this place I love. Where I live,
Wonderful. So let's all come just a little bit closer. Um, I'd love to close with a blessing that my hula teacher used to always say. And it's simply aloha and blessings from the top of your head to the bottoms of your feet, inside and all around. Great big hugs. So much love out to each and every one of you. Mahalo nui.
Mahalo Kumu Malia. Here's your lei.
Oh,
Thank you so much for being here with us. It's just so delightful. Thank you so much. So you can spring off into your family and your life. Thank you. Thank your son for letting us dance in his room. Really, I'm impressed with a boy's room being that clean. And then if any of you want to stay, if you have any questions about the recording, what would you, I told people to just wear something that made them feel beautiful. What, do you have any feelings about what people should wear in their recordings?
oh no, I would say exactly that. Whatever makes you feel, bright and glowing and growing. If you are going to do the turn, something flowy would be nice just to pick up that movement. But yeah, usually we find our cues from the song itself. So, like a song about Kauai would be lots of greenery and maybe purple. This is a song about rainbows, and we can have yellows and oranges from Life, Laughter, and Morning. We can have deep navy blue and sparkles for Starry Night. So yeah, I would say that's perfect. Whatever lifts you.
I just happen to have a rainbow twirly skirt. Hadn't even occurred to me till just now. Fancy that. Also, when they record horizontal, vertical, you don't care.
I really don't mind because I'll be just weaving in. Yeah, so I would say just kind of gauge it by what your background is. If there happens to be a rainbow above you, maybe a tall one. If you're, somewhere with a beautiful horizon, yeah, very open.
I think those
And
were.
oh, I was just going to say, and likewise, please, if